Hello, family, friends, and fans. I'm Fletcher Rhoden, and this is I'm Possible track by track. We're looking at my 2024 album, I'm Possible. This is the opening track, New World. It's notable because it was actually going to be the last song on the record. It was produced and intended to be the last song, but the first song wasn't quite up to grade. So I held that over for sort of a rarities collection that is going to come out in years to come. Um, and so I took the last song and just moved it to the first slot. So the album opens with a fade in, which is an unusual way to open a record, frankly. But also, it wasn't intended to do that. I was by the time I made that choice, all my stuff had been packed up, and I was out of Vegas, so there was no re-recording the vocal. And anyway, it didn't need 11 songs. After I put in "Misremembering," the pop version from a previous recording session, quadrilogy, it didn't need that many pop songs. And I have another thing that sort of did. It needed more commercial pop to it. So anyway, the album opens with this song, "New World." It's narratively in keeping with the whole record, which is, you know, forward thinking and optimistic for the future, which captured my feelings at the time. Not that I'm, not still ebullient about it. I am. I made totally the right choice by leaving Vegas, but I'm glad I made the most of it while I was there. So at the time, I'm thinking it's a new world, gonna reset my priorities, dot my I's and cross my T's, things like that. And so it's got that feel, which is consistent throughout the album. And it's a song like Katy Perry might have done. I shot for Katy Perry. I wound up with Billy Joel, but that's probably not surprising. Um, it's a good song, songwriter wise. If let's go to songwriter's corner, shall we? It uses the progression CAGE, which if you've never heard it, it goes like this. So, I mean, I'm always looking for something to jazz up the songwriting. Oops. Always looking for something to jazz up the songwriting. And people said, well, I saw online, videos on YouTube, CAGE is the greatest chord progression of all time. So I thought, well, I got to try it. I didn't like it that much. I don't find that it's that good. It's not that flexible. Maybe if you go C, A minor, G, E minor, maybe, but that's not C, A, G, E, is it? But that's just, landslide is basically a landslide, bring you down. It's not that inventive, C, A, G, E, but I played it all majors, which I used as an intro and an outro, sort of a vamp, and I think it's somewhere in the middle too. Probably it's a bridge somewhere in the middle. I don't really remember, but it uses that famous progression. So it's notable for that. I liked it as a vamp. In fact, I used it again on a song called One Inspiration, which is yet to be released. It's going to be released some other time. But I also felt use that as the intro and the outro, as a vamp in and a vamp out. It works for that. But I wouldn't build a whole song on it unless you're talking about the song Landslide, which it's that relative minor thing, the tonic to the relative minor, and then here's the five to its own relative minor. which is also the three minor of the key of C, which is what the key you're in. It's been done. It's hacky, but I like the way I did it, and it's notable for its use here in this song. Check it out. There's a link below, and click on the link. Go to the overview webisode and get the link for the whole full album playlist. Or I guess since you'll be at YouTube, just search "I'm Possible" complete album or "I'm Possible" full album. Fletcher Rhoden, "I'm Possible." It'll come up. Check it out. Tomorrow we'll do another analysis, and we'll continue on in like fashion until we're done. So tune in tomorrow. Tune in again. And until then, bye, Mary.